Yo, what's up?
Morning, morning. How's it going?
Yeah, man.
Good.
I actually I got in sales, yeah, as the previous 30-minute broke previous 30-minute low, but then it closed back above, so I just closed that full, but I probably shouldn't have closed that full. It's like minus 3 pips.
Yeah. See,
Yeah.
this is a little bit of a difficult situation because the trend is, bullish.
Yeah.
But I mean, the sells, we have a little minor resistance form, so it does make sense. But something makes me just want to wait for buys at this point. Let's take a look at the daily. Man, daily moved up
Oh,
big
man.
time. We hit
What was
140.
that,
We're in the 147 again.
Jesus.
Yeah, we are in a danger zone because of these wicks to the left. We discussed this yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think sells could make sense. The thing is, I was considering sells based on this 30-minute close, but then I'm glad I didn't because actually it would have come to break the high. But is it a sells situation right now since we're breaking these lows for price to continue down? It's quite a big stop. It's like a 17 pip stop.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I took
Not
it,
enough
and then
range.
it still closed bearish, to be fair, so I probably should have held some. Just really expecting the volume to start coming in, pushing down.
Yeah. See,
It makes sense to the hour, but
my issue with sells is one, the stop's pretty big, and two, do I want to be looking for sells just yet in a heavy uptrend?
I'm definitely gonna wait.
Yeah, I
Some
think
better confirmation.
I'm gonna hold off here for a minute. Let's remove this zone.
Morning to them.
How you doing, you right?
Yeah,
Morning
good
to
man.
them.
How are you?
That was a crazy move up.
Yeah, I mean, our most recent price action, we're in this kind of consolidation. The sells, yeah, they make sense, but I'd rather wait. Oh yeah, I'd rather wait for buys at this point. I want to wait to see if we can create some solid support.
I've actually took a buy last night.
Oh, nice.
It was, to be fair, like it was a risky one. I took it off the 5 minutes. The entry was at, it was at 146, 891.
Nice.
The price created support on the 5 minute, then I waited for that previous high to be broken, and then I had an entry on the broke of the high. I've goes full position at 147, 113.
Yeah. Yeah, nice, man.
No, thank you.
Yeah, the only thing I would say about buys is this 4 hour does seem like a rejection 4 hour candle. We haven't had a rejection 4 hour candle properly for a while. So we may actually start to retrace, but I'm just like not inclined to take sells right now. Plus stops are pretty large.
Could just range as well. That's the only thing I was worried about.
Yeah, because
it goes back in the range.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Yeah. I mean, yeah, it makes sense to take sells as we're breaking down past these lows, but for me, I think stops putting me off a little bit. It's gonna be like 18 pips, 25 pip range.
My stop was only like 15 pips when I got in.
Yeah,
But yeah, it looks like I should have just held it. That's definitely something I need to start doing. Trust my analysis a bit more.
yeah, that's it. I mean, obviously the next 30-minute kind of did break the high, but at the same time, I mean, it ended up closing bearish, and it does seem like with volume we can continue moving down from this area. We did talk about 730 volume as well from yesterday.
Yeah.
Just my only issue with the sells is just the heavy uptrend that we're in. I mean, for our sell idea to work out, right, we have to basically correct this whole move up from the Asian session. You know, do I really want that?
I mean, if we can close below and create some resistance
That would be
at
better.
900, that would be good.
Yeah, if we can make a little bit of a low pullback. Yeah, I think from like an impulsive move situation, this is probably the signal for sells. Like once price is breaking the low over here, for price to continue down. But for me, yeah, just probably want to rather wait for buys. I mean, why would I want to take sells right now? I'm not so keen on the sells right now. Let's take a look what GU's doing. So GU's also moving bearish. Euro NZD. Gold. EJ also kind of doing similar situation here. Okay, let's check out this chart. See, this wick also could be a rejection because of this little minor 15-minute support. So I have to see how we react there, but let's check out this chart anyway. Okay, so it's GJ 30-minute time frame. Price created a high after a very big push phase. Possible correction in place. Taking note of the evening start, the 30-minute. Yeah, that worked out nice. I think that was obviously quite early on in the session, but it's pretty good. Yeah, nice. Makes sense. Good trade. Yeah, look at this. It's kind of retracing from this area. Morning. I know you don't really trade candlestick patterns. Yeah, that's true. I'm waiting for 0.850. 0.850. Yeah.
I'm actually looking at the same thing.
Yeah, I think 0.850 could work, but I mean, I don't know. I think this 1 hour candle's got like 15 minutes left to close. If the 1 hour can create a resistance, then there's probably a good opportunity for the next 1 hour candle to continue moving down. Maybe that's something I'm going to look at. But right now, is this going to be enough to signal that we can correct this whole move coming up from Asian? Maybe. Just maybe. You know, we're coming up to open in like 15 minutes. Yeah, it could make sense. But we don't want to get caught out if we start to drive up, because this is counter trend. So the 15-minute candle closed at the support. Yeah, you'd really need this support to kind of like to break, really, in order for price to continue moving down.
I was just looking at the 30 and I see, like, obviously where that guide to that trade was weak bullish candle, failed to retest the high, then we failed to retest the high again after we made another bullish candle. So that rejection wicks up. I just think this is going to drop back to that level.
Yeah, more than likely you're right, mate. But yeah, I think I'm gonna sit this one out.
There's no point in re-entering, even though I've already closed out now, innit? I'll just be chasing it.
Yeah, I mean, -3 pips isn't so bad to get in a second entry, but
I know. I'll wait for a solid close, I think, now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing to say that we might not come back above this
Exactly
range anyway. So we'll see. Because imagine even if we do move down, but then London Open causes us to do like a fake out, you know, then we would start to presume, okay, now we're going to start heading back up again. Because although we're rejecting the highs right now, we can't forget the heavy momentum that we were in. But I suppose we're due some form of correction, aren't we? But we are moving down over here. Oh. Sorry about that. So yeah, for people in sales, so just my advice to you would be, let's say you have an entry somewhere over here, or you have an entry, I don't know, somewhere over here, then your stops would need to be above this area originally. And then as this candle moves down into profits, which I think, you know, nearly almost hit 10 pips over there, you can bring your stop above the current candle, but only once it starts to move into profits. But yeah, it looks like it is heading down though, to be fair. But but is it because price needs to create some support down over here to continue moving up? Do like a retest. Something I'm also going to be looking for. Gold melting down, is it? Yeah, gold's just in a nasty situation though. We're in a disgusting range right now. on gold. Just vile range, to be totally honest. But yeah, looks like GJ was continuing down. I was so tempted to get in on the break of the low, but
Yeah, man, there's nothing worse than seeing it play out after you close, but
yeah,
at least the analysis was right, though.
Yeah, I missed this move. I missed this move too, Jayan. I missed this move. I think. I mean, there was confirmation for sells that we had a resistance form, but something. I don't know. I'm trying to stay clear of this impulsive kind of move there. But if we look, the one thing that we noticed is what happened yesterday was that the volume came in at 7:30, and we're seeing the drop come in at 7:30 here now.
At least the volume's coming back now.
Yeah, it's running nice though. It's running nice. I just wasn't expecting price to because we had such a heavy, but yeah, I suppose we had such a heavy move in Asian. Was we due a correction? To some extent, yes. To some extent, but I don't know. But you know, in terms of buys, I mean, we still can create a support on the higher time frames at the 1 hour, the 30-minute, and then retest this high. God, I haven't even taken a trade this week. Yeah, stops have been pretty big though. They've been like 18 pips. Did you get in the trade? No, I didn't take the sells. I didn't take these sells. So it had to have been an impulsive sell. Made sense, but for me, I mean, I still feel like if we create some solid support around 146.650, like a solid support, then we could correct this move down and then continue to move up, or even retest the high, you know. Nice, got 12 pips, beautiful, very nice. Yeah, obviously the bullish momentum has to run out eventually, you know, but yeah, until I see a day of sells, then I can't really just start you know, yeah. I mean, imagine if this 30-minute closes somewhere up over here. I mean, it would actually present us with an entry, but yo scalper Joe. Got 9 pips, nice. Yeah, we got all the way down to 146.750. See, on this 6:30 candle, when I first woke up, this is where I would have liked to have taken sells, but only if it had closed below this bullish candle was kind of my idea. So when this next one closed weak, yeah, you could argue break of the low, but I was like, a weak 30-minute after a fairly healthy 30-minute, probably gonna want to wait. I mean, what's to say we don't wick down and then close bullish? trend is heavy bullish. Want to wait for stronger confirmation for sells. So yeah, it does seem like it was the break of this low that was the entry. Stops should have been above that candle, and then, you know, you're expecting price to continue moving bearish. Target would have been 146, 650, but I mean, yeah, it's okay. We got all session over here. Who knows, we may do a fake out with London Open, and then actually we could start to head up at that point. You took those sells as well? Nice. Man, I was so tempted to get in, and now I'm just looking back like, why didn't I execute? I think what a lot put me off was this move up. You know, we have a lot of bullish volume at the end of the day, and these sell moves, as great as they are, you know, you want to be with the trend really. Yeah, that's it. So yeah, I'm just chilling here. The one trade that I was always gonna look for was for a support to form for me to take a buy, for us to retest these highs and retest these levels. So this could just be a retracement, and then we create support, and then we can continue moving bullish. You know, we don't know at this point. But yeah, there was clear rejections on the 30-minute. We can see these rejections. The other thing that I should have paid attention to as well, that I've just noticed, is, so if this was support in the in the Asian session, we had support formed in the Asian session. We came back to this area and we rejected it, and we created resistance right over here. So this would have been your sell move basically, but it all started from this 15-minute resistance formed. You know, we had a low to retest, so you had the fact that we had a low to retest, and we had resistance formed on the 15-minute time frame. So I think a lot made sense for sells, but yeah, just kind of wanted to be a little bit more patient with the counter trend. Still going. So here we go. The 30-minute candle closed the bearish. So now we're into London Open, and I think we'll see how London Open reacts at this point. I mean, if London Open closes back above 146.900, then you can anticipate that this move down was a fake out. And then once we start basically breaking above 147, we can continue moving up. But yeah, let's just wait and see how it reacts here, because that's actually quite a strong rejection. So in theory, we could correct this whole move coming up that happened, but we'll see. Okay, so while we just wait on GJ, let's do a little breakdown on, let's do Euro NZD. Let's take a look at Euro NZD. So looking at the daily is currently bearish. We're talking about this area to the left is going to be some issue. It's exactly how it looks like we're kind of rejecting or retracing from this area. 4 hour. Yeah, see, I would say based on the 4 hour, we have a good probability of heading bearish. We've broken below this support over here, but we're also kind of like reacting to this area on the 4 hour as well. So probably good sells are going to be below this zone, and then we have a nice clean move at that point. Looking on the 1 hour. On the 1 hour time frame, we have a resistance formed. We have a low to retest on the 1 hour. So it's kind of like 20 pips away is pretty good. So we have a low over here created. 30-minute time frame. Yeah, I think once you basically break this minor support, Euro NZD can continue moving bearish. Yeah, it'll be good sells for like 20 pips there. Yeah, break below this minor support, and EN should continue down. So yeah, both Monday, Tuesday moves this week have been very impulsive moves, you know, not really too much basis on, you know, candle closes. Like last week, Monday, Tuesday, we saw both Monday, Tuesday create, you know, like some form of 30-minute candle close below support. Very choppy market conditions. But on both this Monday, Tuesday, we've seen both impulsive moves. So bear that in mind. EJ broke below support. I wonder if EJ will continue moving down. It's like a 11-12 pip range. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how we react to London Open. Right. Bear with me, guys. I'm going to be back. I'm going to be back in a few minutes. So, see how we get on. But what I'm kind of waiting for here is kind of like either some form of fake out. Maybe, you know, if we do retrace to this area, create some support, still good. But I'm preferring to look for buys at this point until I see good structure for some sells. You know, if we start to pull back, create resistance on the 30, then I look for sells. But you know, okay, let's put that down. So if we get like a 30-minute resistance, something like that, that's where I'm looking for sells. But until then, you know, I want to see some form of you know, I want to see like a potential support formed for buys at that point. Right, yeah, bear with me, guys. I'll be back. I'll be back in like 5 minutes. Okay, we're back. So, I mean, if we take a look, this is beautiful what's going on, right? We spoke about this. So we have two options. There's two things I'm looking for. The first ideal situation is, since we have moved down, since we did have this obviously initial push, volume push bearish, if we can get a 30-minute candle closing bearish over here, I think that'll be a really good opportunity to take sales down to 146,650, and then next target would be 146,400 at that point. Now the reason I want to wait for a 30-minute candle to close is because I want solid options, and I want to be putting myself in the best possible situation. Now I always thought, okay, well, if we're breaking down, you know, pre-London, London Open, counter trend is probably going to see a big liquidity being generated. So if you look at the 1 hour, if we're going to head off, this 1 hour needs to be closing something like a weak candle, right? Because otherwise, you know, if it flips, we would then require like a 15-minute resistance, but I don't believe there's going to be enough here. We need a 30-minute candle to close in our direction for me to want to consider sales. But otherwise, if we start to close back above 146,900, then this move down is a fake out, and then we would anticipate for the rest of the session that we will continue moving up to retest this high. And then we have this range over here. It's like 30 pip range. So that's the two things that I'm looking for here today. So yeah, if we can get a nice 30-minute resistance formed, I think that would be really good for price to continue down. What was I going to say? But yeah, guys, let's get some likes on the stream here. Let's try and get back up to like 50 likes. If we can get 50 likes on an average day, that would be beautiful. So yeah, make sure you drop a like on the stream. But believe me, guys, we can get a nice trade here today. You just have to be patient. But yeah, that was the second day now. We've seen an initial push at 7:30 a.m. So look, if Monday has a volume, here's the thing. If Monday has volume at 7 a.m., then expect potential volume on Tuesday at 7 a.m. You know, you have to be paying attention to what's going on in the market. You know, yesterday we noted down that we had volume at 7. We had volume at 7:30, and then today we had volume same time, 7:30. And I think under most circumstances, I don't know if this would have ran for the full 18 pips, but and because it did, it now tells me that we've got normal London session volume back. Because the times where there's been bad volume, we'd see a nice break, we'd anticipate it would go maybe 7 and pull back. You know, so when we're moving 18 pips just with an initial breakout and then a pullback with London Open that's already 18 pips, there's a lot of volume in the market. Like, this pullback itself has just basically retraced the whole bearish 30-minute from before. So that's why I want to wait for a 30-minute candle to close bearish in my direction, and then I'm going to sell it. That's what we're looking at here. Euro NZD is coming below that area now. Yeah, 15-minute candle. Yeah, I think EN should continue moving bearish. Take a look on the 4 hour. 4 hours should come down and fill this wick. 1 hour create a resistance to retest the low. Obviously, you get a bullish candle close against you, but in theory, you know, we should still continue this move down. 30-minute. Got only a minute left for this 30-minute candle to close. And actually, if this 30-minute candle closes bearish, it's a very good probability for the next 30-minute to also continue moving down. But we just don't have enough range at that point. Still waiting on GJ though. We need this 30-minute to close below. We need it to close below, obviously, 146.920. But this was a support looking left. So, I mean, yeah, if it closes back above this support I have drawn, it doesn't mean it's a fake out yet, because we're still respecting that area, which is what I want to see. But yeah, I want to wait for a nice, healthy, strong 30-minute candle, and then I think we should have a good day here today. Okay, let's check out this chart. Yes, of course, we can check out your charts. Okay, GJ 30-minute time frame. So you have clean traffic, you have support formed at 30-minute candle. Okay, once break support, took impulse entry. Nice. So you took sales, stop loss at the same candle high. Yeah, that's good, but it's pretty aggressive. It's pretty risky and pretty aggressive. And I found that over the long term, a lot of times these kind of trades, they can easily stop you out. So just for next time, I would have originally had stop above these candles, and then as this candle moves into profit, you bring the stop loss above, because then you're going to safeguard yourself in case it just quickly flips and stops you out. You know, also it gives you time to close maybe 50% if the candle starts to break its own high at that point, because it's more of an aggressive entry. So yeah, TP over here, close full position at 12 pips. Yeah, nice, man. I can't really fault it. Maybe the only thing in terms of constructive criticism, you know, potentially could have got the break of this candle low. Probably would have been the best impulse entry. The second thing, number your steps. So first of all, what's the first thing that you saw? What's the first thing that came to mind? You know, what's the second thing that you looked for? You know, all these things. So number them. So 1, I don't know, 2, 3. You know, because then it makes it easier for you to read back to the steps of how you came to the conclusion to take that sell. But yeah, in terms of the actual trade, yeah, not really much to fault there. So good job. Okay, so if we look at the 30-minute, we'll just neaten this up. Yeah, I think we're gonna have I think if we can get a solid 30-minute resistance, I'm gonna be very happy for a good day today. Because I believe if we can get a resistance formed right over here on the 30-minute, then that's a good opportunity for price to continue moving down. 15 is okay, but not all that keen. You know, none of this impulse entry based on the 15-minute as of yet. Want to wait for some solid options. Thanks, Pro. Next time I'll mark the numbers. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, it just helps. It helps me. It helps you, because when you go back and look at your trades, and you know you've journaled your trades, you always want to be seeing the reasoning behind the trade. And you know, if it's a loss, it makes it so much easier. You know, when it's a loss, it makes it so much easier. Okay, we've got 30 likes. Come on, guys. Can we get to 50? Can we get 50 likes here today? Use the 30th flag. Nice. That's what I like to hear. Yeah, we've got like 70 people here. So we're just gonna wait for solid resistance, and then we should have a really nice day today, taking sells for price to continue down.
Yeah, that's what I'll be looking for a re-entry.
Yeah, I think that would be a solid re-entry.
So then I'm waiting for the closes, and it's in the same direction as I previously was taking a trade as well.
That's it, man. That's it. Yeah, and the reason I want to wait for the 30-minute candle to close is because of the fact that two things. One, because yeah, you could argue that the even if we have a resistance created on the 15, there's a probability we're going to retest the low. That's fine. The reason I want to wait for the 30-minute is because look how it reacted. This initial push, we had a lot of strong momentum to actually kind of correct this candle. So we're going to need another strong candle in our direction to anticipate that we can continue this move down, because otherwise if we start to break this high right over here and we start popping back up into this range, then man, if we start to create some support, then we're heading up. At that point we're heading up, and this whole move down is going to get corrected, and that's what we're kind of looking at. So right now it's going to be very, very important to wait. As long as we stay below this area, then price will continue moving bearish. But we have to wait for candles to close. And today, I'm waiting for the 30-minute candle to close. See, even if I don't take a trade today, right? Hear this, right? Even if I don't take a trade today, and I didn't take a trade yesterday, if this was last week, if this was the week before, I would have taken these impulse sells, I would have taken these impulse buys, and yes, they would have worked out this week. But most Mondays and Tuesdays, I lose because of, impulse entries just not playing out, not working out. So waiting for stronger confirmations is going to allow me, even through the harder weeks, to be able to hold trades. And yeah, but it looks like we're breaking down on the 15-minute over here. The other issue I have is obviously where am I going to put stop loss? With these kind of smaller time frame impulse entries. The only, if you're looking for an impulse entry over here based on the 15-minute, stops would have to become then above the 1 hour. That's how it would have to roll. So yeah, we'll wait for the 30-minute candle to close, and then we will go from there. Yeah, solid resistance would mean that it paves way for the next candle to also continue moving down. Ooh, EN. EN did continue moving bearish. Yeah, the entry was based off the 15-minute. Got like 20 minutes. Notice one thing. It's always better to wait for high if candle to close than to look for shorter time frame to retest that area to continue. Like after this 1 hour candle closed, I could have taken short to continue down to 600. But see how right now, 30 minute candle is retesting it. Yeah. Yeah, I hear you. So we've got 4 minutes left for the 15-minute candle to close. But we're kind of waiting here for the 30-minute candle to close, because otherwise, if we take sales based off the 15, anything like that, stops are going to have to be based off the 1 hour candle. Whereas I would rather take sales like somewhere over here, stops above these candles, and then target 146, 630. Right, bear with me guys, I'm just gonna go run and grab my pancakes. I don't know, it's pancake day today. I'll eat my pancake while we wait here. Right, bear with me. Don't chew on the mic. No, I won't. I'm gonna mute myself while I eat for a sec. Yeah, definitely want to wait for the 30-minute candle to close here. It's gonna be the better option. So we've got 16 minutes left. As long as this 30-minute candle can close bearish, then we can take sales and we can have a good day. So we're just waiting over here. Right, so we've got 7 minutes left for this candle to close bearish. If this candle can't close bearish, then that would suggest that we close back above this support level, which means this move down would be a fake out. And then we would need to look to see how we can take the opposite trade at that point.
Yeah, I'd want this candle to close fairly decently strong, not too strong that it's like too big, but yeah, the 1 hour is obviously quite bullish right now.
Yeah, see, this is the thing, like,
Yeah,
1 15-minute candle, it works out sometimes, but in the long run, how many times is it going to work? So I knew today I was going to wait for the stronger confirmation. And it's just down to the fact that, okay, I know that due to the amount we've been moving bullish, it would be foolish to take a sell just based on 1 15-minute resistance. We need a solid candle to close. Because obviously this is the low point, but we're anticipating volume to continue us moving down to, let's say, like 144, 660. Sorry, 146, 650. That would be my target there, basically. Man, honestly, I've never known such a hard pair as gold. I'd say the only trade that we had this morning on gold, by the looks of it, was pretty much some form of impulse entry down over here. That was pretty much it. I mean, we have so much like traffic to the left. We're tapping into this zone, this zone. Yeah, this 15-minute candle closing at 7 a.m. definitely was a good opportunity to sell on gold, to retest this low. Come on, GJ, what are you doing here? We've got 4 minutes left. Yeah, we need it to close fairly strong, otherwise we're not gonna, we can't. Yeah, we need a strong candle here. Okay, a few minutes left here on GBP JPY. Okay, we've got a minute left over here. Let's take a look on the 15. Yeah, 15's looking better than it was beforehand. 30 minute is it. If it closes as it is, I probably would be executing. But if it closes really weak, you know, like somewhere up above, maybe like 146,900, then no, it's too weak for us to take sells at that point. We need a fairly strong close in order for us to anticipate a continuation. It looks like it's coming to a bit of a weaker close here. It's not what we want. Yeah, we need a bit of a healthier close. Stop's going to be kept above this candle over here, above the high of that candle, and then anticipating it to continue down. But is it a strong enough close yet? Ooh, the way it's closing now, I can't say if I like it or not. We have a resistance formed.
I don't think I'm going to get in this one. I don't know, man.
I don't know.
Something don't seem right.
It was a bit of a weak 30-minute close. Maybe if we wait to see it create a bit of a top wick first, and then as it starts to flip, can execute.
The 1 hour candle was close strong, so if it can respect the high.
You think 1 hour candle close strong? Yeah, it did kind of, didn't it? Yeah, maybe we should wait to see if it's gonna flip, because then if it creates a top wick first and then flips bearish, that would be better, because then at least if it doesn't just come straight up and break these highs like it's doing right now, then we know why we didn't take the sell, because this candle wasn't quite strong enough. So yeah, I think that's the better move here, because then if it just runs up and hits stop loss, we obviously we've avoided that situation right there. Yeah, if this 30-minute candle flips bearish, then I'll be executing sells. That makes more sense. Look at that, it's moving up in the first 2-3 minutes. Yeah, see, this 30-minute was a weak close, but if we can respect the high, that's good, because then this is a liquidity wick. So if we can respect the high right over here, both these highs, if we can respect this in this first, let's say 5 minutes or so, and this candle wicks that starts to flip bearish, then I'll be executing once it breaks its own low, for then it to continue down, so that we can make sure that it's not going to break these highs, you know, pretty much straight away. So basically we want to see it respect these highs. It's always good actually when sometimes people think it's not good, but actually it's kind of good when price moves straight away against you, because if you haven't entered in at that point, you're almost saving yourself a loss, because you're looking at this like, oh well, you know this candle could have just came straight up and hit stop loss basically. But we're not kind of looking for that. We're looking for the little top wick to be made and then a nice continuation. Hey H, what's your take on signals and signal providers in this Forex market? If you want my honest opinion, then you can have it, but I don't know if that's what you want to hear. But I mean, look, man, yeah, I don't know. I'm anti signals. I'm anti all this. You know, this it's bollocks. You know, there's obviously good signal companies out there. You know, there is, but not the ones that you're gonna find, because the ones that you're gonna see, you know, they're gonna promise you these returns, and I'm afraid it's not gonna come. You know, these signal providers, what you have to understand, these signal providers, they want you to sign up with their brokers. They want you to do this, you know, because they know that when you blow that account, they get paid. You know, they get paid. So remember that. But yeah, I would. Oh man, what's going on with my MT5, man? For some reason, yeah, every time my, like a one-click trading, it keeps like vanishing for like a few seconds and it comes back. Can't be doing this while I'm waiting to take a sell over here. That wouldn't be very good. Do I refresh it quick? If it runs, I'm gonna be pissed. Come on, you can't do me like that. I could refresh it real quick. Right, I'm refreshing it quick. Come on, come on, come on. Oh no, what's going on with my MT5? Oh, there we go. Whew. But yeah, I mean, look, honestly, like, why not try and, I mean, I thought you were a trader, you shouldn't be worrying about signals. That's the other thing. I thought, you're here to learn, and, you shouldn't be worrying about signals. You should be worrying about your performance as a trader. Don't worry about the signals, man. Trust me, leave that for those other people. So yeah, we're still waiting to take an entry over here. But my MT5, right, it keeps bugging out, where it keeps having the one-click trading, and then, because that's how I like to execute. I like to execute via the one-click. But just in case, I might have it ready on my phone. Still waiting. Yeah, even better if it flips in the second half of the candle. Even better, because then we would be like we'd be more what's the word? Confident in executing the sell, because obviously you can take sells now, but then there's a probability that since, oh, look at that, it's coming up to break the highs. So yeah, this weak 30-minute candle, this idea is now slowly fading. And if it starts to surpass this high, that would have been where my stop was, and that would have suggested, since I waited even more patiently than I have done, that's why you can avoid bad situations, and this is one of those. But obviously it's broken the high, but if it still flips, that's perfectly fine. I just want to see it flip for me to execute, and if it doesn't, then we're staying out. Can we sell at low? You can sell wherever you like. You can sell wherever you like. But for me, I'm selling once this candle flips bearish. You can sell down over here if you want, but that's completely up to you. It's not advised, but ROI only. Yeah, no idea what you mean. GJ Slow going bullish from these lower time frame view. Yeah, that's fine. That's perfectly fine, because if we start to head up, then that's also great, because now we can wait for a support to form, because we had bearish market structure, and then we can look to retest these levels and then continue that move up from the session. So that's also fine. You know, this impulse move was one opportunity, and there was no technical confirmation. You know, it didn't even reach to the target that we would have wanted it to. So I'm not even worried about missing out on that sell. But yeah, it looks like we're slowly coming up to break these highs. So I think we're slowly coming away from no sells, because we are right at this high point here. So basically what I want to look for is, you know, if we do start to break above these highs, obviously we're going to see probably a push up into these wicks, right, into these wicks. And then what I want to see is some form of support formed in this area, back above this area, and then that's where we would next be targeting. This area would be a target, and then this area would also be our next target at that point. But we got all day. We got all day. So, you know, if London doesn't do the move up, then New York will. So we got Kelsey and Salim in the Zoom. Should we? I was gonna ask you guys what you think about something, but obviously for the MY session, I know I don't personally trade it, but you know, sometimes, like say for today's example, because you know there's no trade on London, I'm potentially looking for support to form to continue up. I might leave like a New York session trade room open for after the stream. And then if you guys want to hop on, and if anyone else in the group wants to be in there, you know, you guys can trade and talk amongst yourself and whatnot. And then if I'm on, then, you know, we get a private session together. What do you guys think about that?
Yeah, sounds good, man.
Yeah?
That's good.
That's what I'm thinking. I think that will attract more people as well. So yeah, I'm glad I stayed out of these sales based on the close. I'm very
someone was telling me, just due to like previous experience when I've been getting in on 30-minute closes where the hour's quite strong, it normally fills the wick on the hour. So
yeah, the other thing as well, the 15-minute, the previous one closed bullish with no wick to the bottom.
Yeah.
So yeah, but 100%, I'm really glad that we stayed out. Well, yeah, both of us stayed out of that one. But now it looks like we're moving up. So yeah, if we can get a solid support form back above 147, man, then we're heading all the way back up to 147.300. That's what I'm looking at. Okay, what's going on, Jayan? On the 15-minute, there is a minor support at 850. I think there is a support created and to retest the highs, as bearish movement has been struggling after the impulse moves. Think buys are the way. I agree. I think buys could be coming. The thing that I want to see, though, is, okay, so since this area is our most recent rejection zone, we obviously need to see how we react over here. So I mean, if we did get a candle closing above this area here, then it would make sense to play long-term buys up to this resistance at that point. I think if we do get a close above 147, you know, that's where we can start to look to have like stops, basically, I don't know, let's say below this zone, because now we're anticipating that this whole move down is going to get corrected, and the trend will prevail. So I mean, yeah, I'd like to see how we react at this level on the 15-minute, and obviously as we come into those wicks on the 30. But the best situation is going to be some support established, you know, back above this kind of zone. You know, anywhere here, support above here is also good. You know, that type of situation is going to be the best outcome for me to want to take buys, because we have a nice 30 pip range. You know, we should easily, obviously we have a zone here to the left. But I think with volume, you know, we're heading all the way back up to this high. I mean, we can easily continue on at that point. You know, volume with buys is so strong. That's why I wanted to wait for proper confirmation for sales today. Something was just telling me, you know, wait for strong confirmation for sales. Something I haven't done previously. and it's hurt me. So let's wait and see what happens here. Yeah, I think a nice solid support form is going to be the best situation. But yeah, I mean, from what Mambo was saying, I would agree. Based on the structure on the 15-minute, we're starting to see these support levels being created. You know, we're breaking above these areas, whereas when we was in a downtrend, we was creating these little resistances. You know, you can see those. This was resistance to continue down. We made a low, and here was support, and then here was support again, right, on the 5-minute. And now we need like some support somewhere over here, and then boom, we should be off at that point. Basically, like, we're going to break this structure, and we are starting to on the 5-minute. Just need a little bit of a pullback. Hopefully create some support on the 15, on the 5, whatever. We'll just have to kind of see, and then our next point of target is going to be up over there. Unless this move up is a liquidity grab to drive further down, but I highly doubt it. I highly doubt it, but it could. It very well could, but I highly doubt it. So the 15-minute candle closed back in the range, is closed above this resistance. So now I just want to wait for like a support, or let's wait for this 30-minute candle to close even. And then we're going to get a better idea. Got into buys for GU. Nice 20 pip move. Oh, beautiful. Oh, yeah. GU was nice. It's kind of what I wanted to see on GJ. Because if you look, we had resistance. Right? We closed below. We closed back above. I've seen this happen all the time. As this wick's coming down, you could take buys. Get your stops below that candle. Yeah, that's nice, easy buys, bro. Very nice. Very, very nice. People need to journal this. Journal this move down and understand this market structure, because this move, I've seen this happen over and over again. You have this correction phase, right? We come to a key resistance level. We have a big volume candle close below it. Now this is where a good trader will wait for like a resistance to form to fill this range, and another and that same good trader is also going to understand that if we close back above, then we're going to start to do like that V-shaped recovery, as they say. And yeah, so this move up, we should continue moving up to retest this high. Probably getting a little bit of stalling over here, but this is your area at that point. You know what, as well, like taking higher confirmation trades, it makes you feel better. You know, taking aggressive entries, stops aggressive, you know, you have to be way more like stern with your emotions and stuff. Whereas this, you know, you can just set your trade, lay back, relax. So let's take a look on the 1 hour, because the 1 hour is coming back. I mean, we can still go bearish. We still can. But now the smaller time frames are giving us different signals. But the 30-minute hasn't closed yet. The 15-minute has. So I suppose we just got to wait and see, really. Do you use the economic calendar before you hop into the markets? Yes. Yes, we take a look at the economic calendar. Just take a quick look. We see that we have a clear day for GBP. No reason to worry. You know, but tomorrow is a big day for the pound. Tomorrow is a big day for the pound. News is coming at 7 a.m. We've got CPI news. We've got core CPI. We've got PPI. We've got RPI. We've got HPI. They got all the eyes. But yeah, either way, it's a big day for the pound tomorrow. Although they're yellow folder, CPI is a big news event. PPI also a big one. So we'll have to see. Volume at 7 a.m. probably, you know, depends where we're setting up technically. But that will obviously give us some indication of maybe where news wants to take us at that point. So what's going on here then with this? Yeah, this 15-minute candle needs to respect this area in order for price to continue moving bullish. We need support formed above this resistance. But I'm just looking at it now, like, is this a liquidity grab to continue down if this candle flips? I mean, we did talk about if it does flip. We're still respecting on the 1 hour. It's a very difficult situation, right? What we have right here. That's a very, very difficult situation. Because there is the opportunity for it to continue down if it breaks its own low. But then I'm thinking, you know, now stop's going to have to be above this wick. And is this move down a liquidity grab? I don't know. I mean, it's very difficult because the 15-minute candle's still open. But it is flipping bearish. I can't say whether I want to execute at this point or not. Something is... it just doesn't feel right. Yeah, I think the best thing to do is probably to wait for this 30-minute candle to close, because then if it also closes below this area but wicked up, then we know this is a liquidity grab to continue further down. But while it's still open, we can't successfully say that. You know, we can't successfully say that. But either way, it was great that we missed out on this wick up, because we can't control that situation. But it is breaking down, it is breaking its own low.
It's a difficult one, isn't it?
Yeah, let me take a look on the 5-minute real quick. This is where a little bit of experience may need to come in. It's just too... that's too difficult to kind of say. Like, we're breaking the low on the 15, but this could also be a liquidity grab on the 15 to head up. Yeah, I think if I'm not sure, I'm gonna set an example here. If you're not confident, then wait for the candle to close. I'm gonna set a precedent. I'm gonna set an example, and I'm gonna wait for this 30-minute candle to close, because we're not sure yet. 15-minute also could be doing a liquidity grab, right, to head up. The 30-minute is flipping bearish, but it's still open. So if we wait for this candle to close, and let's say it closes, I don't know, something like this, then we can take sells, because now we know this wick up is a nice easy liquidity grab, and then we can have stops above this area. We're still respecting this zone over here, and then this would be our next target at that point, you know, and then we can expect maybe a runner to continue. But while this candle is still open, it's too much uncertainty weighing in. So we have to set an example. Plus, it would also be aggressive in the sense that because this candle hasn't closed, what if it does just come right back to the top of its wick? Then we get stopped out with a full loss, which is not what I want when I haven't even taken a trade this week so far. Yeah, especially if we are going to head down, you're probably likely to see a lot more liquidity needed to be generated for that move down to be, you know, like sustained. Yeah, I'm waiting for this candle to close. It's only got 7 minutes left too, so we'll see how it closes. It's going to be the best thing to do. Safe buys is on a break of 147, right? Not necessarily a break, but yes, above 147 is going to be safer buys. Above 147. But at the same time, you know, we don't know how price is going to print until it prints at that area. The overall bias is still bullish, right? Yes, the overall bias is bullish. The short term, so the trend is bullish. The trend is bullish. We can't say we have a buys bullish right now because candles are printing bearish. So it wouldn't make sense to say that. we have a bearish bias for the short term, but what we can say about for the long term is that we have a bullish bias, because the whole trend, the whole situation is up, you know. But right now the short term play is we have candles creating resistance, we have candles rejecting to potentially continue this short term play down, because we had this initial push down. We've got 5 minutes left. Let's take a look what's kind of going on. Very difficult situation, I must say. We've got 5 minutes left. I mean, I'd like this candle to close bearish, and then I'll be very confident taking sells. But until then, it's just super risky. That would also mean in the second half of the 1 hour, we should be respecting this 1 hour high to continue moving down. I think this 30 minutes going to continue dropping. But I'm hoping not, of course, because then we can get an entry. $15 is very messy right now. Yeah, we need to wait for a confirmation here. This is just too uncertain right now. GU trade, don't have a feeling I will get stopped out. GBP hasn't made its mind up yet. Okay, let's take a look. Let me know if GJ starts running bearish. Anyone? Okay, nice. So GU 30-minute time frame, fake out, 4-hour wick retest rejection. Nice. 30-minute closed above, minor resistance, bullish engulfing. Entered on the 5-minute wick rejection, bullish candle. No idea how I got this entry quite low. That's fine. Still made sense. I think, you know, you can just see it as you got in on the bottom wick. Closed partial at 19 pips. Beautiful. Stops at break even. 20% runner to break high. Stop us at break even. I think everything was perfect. The only one thing of constructive criticism is this is the high, and there's no guarantee that we're going to break through the high. So I would be securing, let's say if you got 20% runners to break high, I would be securing maybe 10% of that runner here and then letting the rest run. That's just me. Just because I've found that a lot of times, you know, we need a lot of volume to break through highs when we have this amount of a downward move. So bear that in mind. Just bear that in mind. You know, if it does come up to this level and start to reject, you're going to be thankful that you secured more profits. But at the end of the day, it's completely up to you. I can't obviously tell you what to do, but only advise them. But in terms of a chart, nothing to fault about the chart. Okay, nice. So this kind of candle is just doing nothing. The only one thing that we can agree on is that we're closing below 146.930. So that's pretty good. That's all we can kind of come up with here. Yeah, no worries, no worries. How many likes we got? We got 45 likes. Come on, guys, let's try and get to 50 likes here today. Minimum 50 likes. Also, remember, guys, we're literally only 500 subscribers away from our 2K target, which we'll be doing another giveaway. I'll make it more of a thing as we start to get closer to maybe like 300 subscribers, because then we're not so far away. So yeah, make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube channel as well. Okay, beautiful. So we have a minute and a half. We have a minute and a half, and if this 30-minute candle closes bearish, then I think we're going to execute sells, stops above this area, and then we should have a really good day. If it closes bullish, then the entry will have to be on the break of the low with stops above the previous candle. Stop loss is a little bit bigger, but I need this candle to close bearish, otherwise we can't really say that we're going to continue down. So yeah, so I think what we're kind of looking at, if the 30-minute can close bearish, then we could either execute basically on the break of this low, which is probably going to be the safest option for price to continue bearish. If it closes bullish, probably still break of the low is probably going to be the best option, because we are closing back below this area now. But a bullish candle is going to be not ideal. Bearish candle is going to be better, because then we break this low and we should continue down now naturally. We've got 20 seconds left. 10 seconds. Seems like we're trying to close bearish. Okay, beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. We've got in sells over here for price to continue down since we closed bearish. So TP is going to be at 146,650. Maybe I'm going to close, I don't know, maybe like 50% down over there. Yeah, either 50% or full position is what I'm thinking. And then leave a runner to run, because if we do continue further down, then the next target would be 146,450 at that point. So, I mean, that's what we're kind of looking at here. Yeah, I think it looks good to continue down. As long as this 1 hour can basically respect its own high, break its own low, then we should naturally just continue moving bearish. Maybe I could have got in on the break of the low, but I'm anticipating since we closed bearish and we tried to come back above this area, then now we should continue down and retest this low. This is my first trade here for the week. First trade here for the week. This is where the copiers are going to start coming back in now, because they see I'm in a trade. So yeah, TP is at 146,650. Let's check out gold. We haven't really looked at gold today. Gold is moving bullish. Gold's trying to move bullish over here. I think if gold can close above this area, then it can continue moving up to this resistance. It's like a 25 pip range is pretty good. So GJ started to
going on the break of the low. Want to be careful.
Yeah, nice.
But yeah,
it's pretty good. Obviously, candle's got no wick to the top, so it can wick up, but we're expecting overall the candle to continue moving down, basically. Obviously, if it does go bullish, then yeah, we're wrong at that point. But structure-wise, I think it looks good to continue down. I can't really see any issues with it. Oh, GJ, what's going on? Is that 10 pips already?
Yeah, I'm out. I'm out. Most of my position already.
Oh wow, beautiful. I'm still holding.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Gonna hold the runner.
Mate, what's going on with my MT5, bro? My MT5 is not doing any. It's like really slow for some reason. I need to get that checked out. Well, there you go. So anyone who took this sell, I mean, that was like the quickest move I've seen. That was like 15 pips in like 4 minutes, 3 minutes. Yeah, I'm still holding. I've got TP down at 146.650. That's where I'm anticipating price to go based on the higher time frames and the 1 hour. But yeah, we'll see. But wow, what a quick move. Yeah, I'm still holding the position. But anyway, anyone who took the sell should have just got 10 pips over there very quickly. That was a very easy sell. That was like 16, 15 pips. Yeah, part of me just wanted to... Yeah, I'm going to let this run to 146.650. That's what
my stops are break even, so obviously I've got in a bit later, so I might get stopped out, but I can't complain overall for the day and profits after taking that small loss.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Yeah, it's good, man.
But I mean, if that moves that quick in the first 5 minutes, then I'm kind of inclined to see where it can go. But yeah, 146.650 is my TP. So obviously I'm trying something different. I'm not trying to secure it 10 pips, although like some days I will. But yeah, I mean, today I just want to try and see if we can hit target. I want to build towards, you know, having the confidence to leave positions running. You know, have to do that. But there you go. So anyway, those who paid attention, those who waited with us, you got your 10 pips. You've probably secured profits. You're probably letting the position run now. So beautiful. If you caught this trade, drop a W in the chat and drop a like on the stream. So let's see how many people won this trade. I mean, that was the quickest 10 pips I've ever seen. I was looking at my MT5. Yeah, my MT5 was really slow for some reason today. It's been really messing about, I have to admit. Like it's not been doing the one click situation. It's not been doing that. It literally went to 10 pips and it was still saying I only had like £20 profit, and the next thing you know, by the time it pulled back, it worked out that, oh, you was in profits. I was like, oh, thanks very much. So yeah, so quickest trade ever. See how many people caught this sell over here. We waited all day. We've waited. Well, I've been personally up since 7 AM to catch this move. So 2.5 hours. 2.5 hours to catch these sells. We waited for this 30-minute candle to close. We didn't get impulsive. We waited and it played out. Beautiful. Really happy with that. 2 people caught those sells. Beautiful. Yeah, I've got TP down at 146.650. So if we do continue running, then we can hit TP today, and I'm going to be well happy with that.
Are you closing full at that point? Or are you going to let some more run?
Oh, I think close full today. I
think
close full
today.
So. Just get the profit, and yeah, just get the profit and take that, because that's still like an 18 pip. I mean, I got 13 pips right now. I mean, I could probably secure now, but I'm just like, nah, go on, let it run. I've got to build towards that. It's part of my new plan. Oh, here we go. 146.650. Let's go, GJ. Come on. Come on, GJ. Just a little bit more. Because, like, you know, in terms of me, if I want this new way to work, I have to let myself get out of this comfort zone. I have to work towards
that's what I've got to do as well. I have to.
You know. But I do have like 350 in the bag right now. Yeah. Come on, GJ, just do it a little bit more. Come on. I
suppose as well, if you close full there, then obviously that was the level you said that if we form support, we could continue up. So that's wise, because it's kind of trend.
Beautiful. Oh, nearly TP. One more pip. Oh, TP. Boom. I don't think it worked on my MT5. No, what's going on?
See, mine's tapping into it and hasn't actually closed me out.
Well, hey, it took me out. Shit.
Nice one, man.
Man got... So from a 3 lot, I got 437. Man, imagine if I had a 5 lot on that baby. Yes, nice. First trade of the week. And it's a win. Let's go. We're back. We are back. So if you caught this trade, boom. I like that. I like that. See, I had the confidence. See, that was proper out of my comfort zone. That I have not ever let a full position run more than 10 pips. And that was the first time I've done that. So that felt good. TP smashed. 10-minute trade. Wow. I'm just thinking, like, if I had my normal lot size on that 5 lot, that'd have been like, bro, that'd have been like 750. That'd have been like 750. But I had to prove to myself this week that I can let positions run, I can hold trades longer, you know, I can grab more pips, and then next week we're coming back 5 lots, baby. We're back.
Close my runner.
What
it's
a
good,
trade.
man. Happy with that.
Yeah, I'm really pleased with that. TP smashed.
I think I would have held if I didn't, you know, take an L and then want to just recover some of the profits.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but that was fantastic. And to be honest with you, you know, you didn't get in over here. You would have taken a loss. We waited and we waited and we waited and we executed. Bang. 20 pips. Got a 20 pip trade right there. Bang. Love that.
Solid.
So solid. Really, really chuffed with that.
Yeah, I'm happy I waited for the break of the low as well, because that'll just give me that extra confidence there. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. That's it, man. That's it. Patience pays. Patience pays. Honestly, like, for you guys, I can't tell you how that feels for me. You know, in terms of my trading, you know, I've made many mistakes in my trading. So, like, remember that. When you have these moments, you always got to look back and think, you know what? All those times, they meant something for these reasons. Like, that's the first time I've held a trade longer than 10 pips. I put my target and I said, it's either going to hit target or it's going to hit stop loss. And it hit target today. So, can't complain. Cannot complain. Obviously now I'm like, oh, should I have just gone to 5 lots? But you know what? Fuck that. Because at the end of the day, if I come back this week with a really good week, which is looking like it's going to be now, then, I mean, next week, bring on next week. I'm excited. Let's go. $2.50, yeah, baby. Cheeseburger for lunch. Yeah, go treat yourself to a cheeseburger, man. You deserve it. We've all waited here today. We all executed today. So everyone deserves a little treat. Target hit, in and out.
Happy with that for me as well, because, you know, before I would take a loss and then I'd get back in too early. This time I waited 2 hours.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's what it's about.
Fantastic. I'm pleased.
And, you know, even for you, like, you would have been inclined, like, a month ago maybe, to get in on that 30-minute bearish candle. So
yeah. And the 15-minute break in the low, and
yeah, man, it's really good.
Yeah, you know, and the impulsive move at the start. We missed that. We waited. I can't complain. It's funny though, because I know all the, because obviously we usually have like 70, 80 people. All the copiers are like going to come back and be like, damn it, I missed it. And it's like, serves you right.
I missed it, shit.
Yeah, serves you lot right. Should have been here from the start. Because I know all the people that have been here from the start, those who paid attention caught this nice sell. And they've had a good start to the week. Man, this is like Monday, no trade. Tuesday, win. Beautiful. So come on, guys, if you caught this trade, if you've enjoyed the stream today, drop a like. We do this every single day. Man, we're back, baby. London session is back. We've got the volume back. We've got the discipline back. We've got the patience back. We are ready. Honestly, I know you guys probably can tell by the sound of my voice, but the feeling right now is something different. Because this is like you know, like in like, you know, like in trading, when you're trading penny lots and it seems like you're doing really well, but then that first time where you either take a withdrawal or you're like, oh, I'm bumping up to 1 lot, and you win that first 1 lot trade, or you know, like that key step, that key moment in your trading that defines you and where you've come. This moment is like that. I know it's probably gonna sound so stupid, like, oh, I mean, it just had 1 trade hit TP, but it's like the first time that I've let a full position run to where I said price is gonna go. I trusted my analysis, and that's what played out. But I'm just glad I got in and out of that trade. So nice, man. But do you know what? Fair play to everybody else as well, because you know what? We all waited for these sells. Everyone waited today. Everyone was patient, and people got paid. Boom. So pleased with that. So pleased with that. So yeah. I mean, so if that was a 5 lot position, if that was my normal 5 lot position, what I've done, let's work this out. Hold on. But yeah, in all seriousness, I need to work out why my NT5 it keeps bugging out. That was scary. I saw obviously price hit TP on TradingView, but my MT5 still said I was like 200 and something pound up, and I was like, oh man, please don't bug out. Please don't bug out. So trades.
How many pips you get off that in the end then?
I think like 20.
20, man. That's sick. That's good, man.
I think so. Let me just check. So GJ sells. I think it was basically 20. It might have been like 18, 19, but it was, I mean, on my MT5 it said 20, so obviously it's a bit. So executed there, 650. So basically on MT5 it was 21 pips, but with spread and commission it's going to work out probably about 19, 20 pips. So let's just go, yeah, it's 20 pips. It's 20 pips. That's a 20 pip trade. Oh, also, what do you think of the new writing on the... can you see the YouTube version?
Yeah, I've got it up on there, yeah.
Oh, what do you think of the new
writing?
writing?
It's a lot cleaner.
Yeah, I went on the Streamlabs and I just was testing out text, like the font. And I was like, oh, nice. Like, this is kind of a nice font.
It's like digital,
yeah,
kind of like, yeah.
Yeah, it looks like the type of shit you'd see in like a computer game. That's how I like
arcade,
it.
yeah.
yeah. But yeah, I was I really want to get like a really cool background for the stream. Obviously, I know there's like there's a web where I got my original background done by like a freelancer called Fiverr. I might go to them, but then I was like, you know what? I got so many people on Instagram and stuff. There must be one guy that would just be willing to do it, and I could just pay him, because obviously I'd rather do it with someone within the community and help them out. But yeah, I mean, no one's come forward yet, so so yeah, so basically with a 3 lot position I done £437 profit. So yeah, kind of, yeah, basically it's about 18, 19 pips with spread, and obviously minus commissions. But what would that been with a 5 lot? That's what I want to work out. I think that would have been like
730.
Would it? 730? Yeah. Wow.
That's pretty good, man.
That's pretty good. Really good trade, Harrison. Thank you. You said you was going to hold, and you did what you said. Nice work, H. Thank you, Leon. I really appreciate that, mate. Really appreciate that. Yeah, it's like that. You know, when I say I'm gonna do something, I will do it. But this was a big step in my trading for me to do that. You know, this was a major step. I hadn't let a position run like that, especially when I see 10 pips, pulls back. I'm now running like a 5. That inner me like that was from the way I used to trade was like, oh no, secure, and I was like, no, you set the TP, it's either hitting TP or stop loss, and that's it, and hit TP. I love watching your progression. You've really taken a tailored and measured approach to this game. Much respect. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. You know, a lot of you guys are so kind with everything you say. I really appreciate that. You know, use it as a motivation. You know, it's doable, guys. It's so doable. You just got to be disciplined. Honestly, so doable. And actually, the commission was less because it was a smaller lot size. So that's a fucking result. Sorry, I shouldn't swear. I didn't actually. Someone told me yesterday. They were like, "Oh, you know, you can get like a warning for swearing." I was like, "Oh, really? I swear all the time on my stream." They were like, "Oh no, you probably don't want to do that." I was like, "Oh, okay, fair enough."
Yeah, I lowered my lot size a little bit on that position as well because where I got in, stops were like 18 pips.
Yeah. So what did you make the loss back though from the first trade?
Yeah, so I lost a tenner. I only used half the position size, and I used 2/3 of the position size for this one because the stop was slightly less, and then yeah, up like 30 for the day.
Nice. That's pretty good. I mean, that's a good. I mean, if you obviously like keep the same discipline, then I mean, yeah, you could have a profitable week this week, man.
Yeah, exactly. Couple more wins,
And then even think, okay, how could I have avoided the sells, and then you can learn from that too.
Yeah. That was crazy. That like I set my partial TP, and then the second it was hit, I was like, "What?" Got that notification coming through.
Yeah, literally. I can't believe how quick it moved to 10 pips. I mean, that was the quickest, one of the quickest trades that I've ever caught. And then, because I knew it moved so quick, that's what made me think, well, if we've moved to 10 pips in the first 5 minutes of this candle, it's probably getting a little bit of breathing room, and then it will continue. So, yeah, I'm actually out of this trade now. I don't know why I've still got it out, but perfect. So we're just chilling now. Oh, looks like gold. Gold moved up. Euro NZD hit target as well. We did call out Euro NZD sells below this little minor support. BK or McDonald's Logan White. What's Logan? Oh, is that? Oh, he's talking to him. Sorry. Spread bet or broker? I'm with a broker. I don't do spread betting. I know a lot of people in the UK like to talk about it, but I don't really know a lot about it. They say it's not taxable, but I don't know. I don't know enough. I'm just stick to what I know. But yeah, awesome day. Pleased with that. I mean, if I had my normal 5 lot, that would have been like the profit which I do most weeks. How crazy is that? Like in one trade I would have made what I usually did in a week. With like taking 4 or 5 trades, including losses. I mean, that's just, yeah. See, like this new way that this adaptation, just it feels so much, it feels right, it feels so much better. You know, obviously there's going to be days that I'm going to be securing at 10 pips, don't get me wrong. But in like today's instance, I mean, we called out 146.650. We waited and we waited. The structure was there. It was just easy fucking... sorry, I shouldn't swear. It was easy sells. Easy sells at that point. But yeah, I'm really pleased with that. You know, that's not even, and the reason why this was the target was because what I found is this kind of area could cause us a lot of issues. You know, because actually this was a resistance from yesterday, and we may need to come back to do that retest to continue moving up. So this short-term bearish market structure, we may start to create support here and actually start heading back up. You know, that's something you got to think about. Because basically, once we start creating support above 147, then we're heading off. We're back off to 147.300 and further at that point. So I mean, yeah. But what a way to end the day after all that waiting. Thank you, Salim. Sorry, I've just seen your message. Did you catch those sales, bro? We got 57 likes. Awesome. See if we can get to 60 likes over here. Oh, what a day. What RR do you aim to enter a trade? I mean, I don't really focus on RR. What I focus on is what's my risk and do I have enough range. So like, let's say for example, I don't know, so today's example stop was around, I think it was like 15 pips. So stop was around 15 pips. So I need at least 15 really to make this trade worth it, because it wouldn't make sense to have, let's say, like a 10 pips a 15 pip stop for a so it wouldn't make sense to have a 15 pip stop for only a 10 pip take profit, but it would make sense for a 10 pip stop for a 15 pip stop 15 pip profit. So in this particular example, we had a 23 pip range for a 15 pip stop. So it made sense to execute. We had enough range and the risk was worth it in that sense. So yeah, but I mean, you want to be at least 1-to-1 for everything in order to be positive. If you're taking trades where your risk is higher than the potential reward, then I would probably just not take the trade. So just focus on, Lewis, just focus on making sure that your reward is always bigger than the risk. Even if it's just a little bit, then that's always going to be positive in that sense. And obviously make sure you're taking good trades, etc. But risk reward is all personal, you know, it's all personal. Some people only like to take 1 to 5 risk to reward because they want to be able to have 4 losses and 1 win to be able to be profitable using a strict risk management, right, in terms of RR. But other people, you know, they understand that it varies all the time. Like 1 minute you'll get a 1-to-1, next minute it could be a 1-to-4, next minute it could be 1-to-2. So you just want to keep your ideas consistent with risk, and then reward just kind of varies. So if you just keep it consistent with risk, you'll know what your tolerances are. But yeah, awesome. Love from here, thank you very much, appreciate it. Harrison, you're doing really nice, man. I was already with your streams when you had below 100 subs, and I kept growing with you. Thank you. You are the best London stream, already 6% this month. Awesome. That's what I like to hear. Thank you very much. I really appreciate everyone's kind words. It means a lot to me, you know. So thank you very much. Salim, no, I haven't, bro. Last night I had the biggest win on this account, and I'm really happy with that. Perfect, bro. Awesome. Yeah. And actually, an Asian session analysis was the first time I sent the Asian session analysis last night, and all 4 TPs were hit. I mean, imagine that. We had a TP, I think it was like 146.750. The next one was around like 146.900. Then there was another one at like 147.100. And then it got all the way up to 147.300 in an Asian session. I couldn't believe it. I woke up like, what the fuck? Like, all TPs here for Asian? Crazy. But yeah, nice work, bro. 100%. So yeah, I think we're gonna call it a day here in a minute now. I think we're gonna call it a day here in a sec. So we're gonna do a little round off in a moment. But let's see if we've got any final questions or anything anybody wants to say before we call it a day. "61 likes, perfect, awesome. That's great. Okay. Do you execute all your trades on the 30-minute time frame or the 15-minute as well and 4-hour? So most of the entries I take are going to be on the 30-minute. Some of the entries I take are on the 15-minute. But how I'm changing it a little bit is the entries can still be on the 15, the 30, but stop loss placement needs to always be based on higher time frame confirmation. So for example, let's say I entered in on this 15-minute low. Usually I would have stop above the 15-minute candle, perfectly fine. But let's just say, like for example, on this particular occasion, I don't know, let's just say I'd have it slightly above this area, you know, just for like example's sake. Whereas usually the stop would be like somewhere over here, which is the 15-minute high. Right, it's 15-minute high. I would have it a lot more conservative rather than a lot more aggressive. Right, because if it's a lot more conservative, it means I can chill, I can lay back, can let my trade play out, I have my target set, and that's that. You know, so, but if this continues running, obviously there's going to be a part of me like, oh yeah, should I left the other 50% to run, whatever. But this week, I wanted to secure positions at target levels, be securing good amount of profits. And then next week, I think after a few weeks of getting used to this, then I'll start to feel more confident to like leave certain portions running further on. But that's something you have to build towards. You know, that's not going to happen straight away. But what needed to happen straight away was being able to let a position run. Otherwise, you know, you're not gonna stick to. You know, or I'm not going to be able to stick to my new plan if I can't do that. You know, obviously trading is all about your comfortability, but in trading you have to test your comfortability. And, you know, sometimes you do have to just kind of break the boundary a little bit to see what you are comfortable with and what you're not comfortable with. So yeah, so we're going to call it a day here now. Let's do a little round off. So if anyone has any last questions, please type them up now, just while I'm doing the round off on all the pairs. And then after that, we're going to be finishing. So gold 30-minute time frame closed back above this area. So I think gold, if it can create some support on the smaller time frames, can continue moving bullish up to 1826,500. So that looks good. Apart from that, I would be cautious because it's in this huge consolidation messy zone right now. So apart from that, probably would want to stay away from gold, but it does make sense. It's like a 25 pip range, and you're looking at maybe like a only 11-12 pip stop below the previous 30-minute candle. GJ, obviously we've taken our trade on GJ, but the next place that I think GJ can go if we're going to continue moving down is more than likely going to be 146,400. That's the next target for GJ if it's going to continue down. Be careful though, if you're holding positions, that we don't start reacting off this level. 146,650 is a very strong, important level, so be cautious with that. EJ, so it seems like EJ is just kind of ranging right now, but you probably want to wait for either a break to retest this high or some form of correction. But seems as though EJ's kind of done the same thing, right? You know how we had this previous high point, we tapped into it, and now we're starting to reject. So that's probably something you need to be aware of as well for BJPY. So Euro NZD sells played out. I think the move started based on this 1 hour candle closing bearish. So once the 1 hour created a resistance, we had a low to retest. So let's say you took sells over here, stops above this candle. This is obviously your reward. Yes, the next 1 hour candle closed bullish, but we still went to the target. So I mean, with my new way, I wouldn't have managed risk or anything like that. You would just hold the trade basically. But as you look on the 30-minute, then the best place to sell then makes sense once we created a little minor resistance, and then as we started to break the low, that would have been the most viable entry based off the previous 1 hour resistance. So that's also something that you can integrate into other pairs. You know, if you see this kind of structure happening, that also makes sense. So that would have been the sell move there down to support, and that would have been a really nice play. So we called that out, and then let's finally look at GU. Obviously I know Jayan caught those buys, I think a few people caught those buys, but look, we've hit this area and now we're starting to pull back. So we never even got to that second high point that I discussed with him to potentially secure more profits. We're actually coming right back to where he actually even took the trade. So this is why, you know, securing positions at key levels is important, as well as letting runners run. But yeah, we'll have to see what happens with that, and it'll be nice to see what happens with GJ today. But I'll keep you guys updated after the stream. And yeah, so thank you everyone for coming on. We had a really good day here today. We'll be back tomorrow 7:30 a.m. GMT. Obviously we've got GBP news tomorrow, so be cautious of that. But yeah, have a great day everyone, and we'll see you tomorrow. Oh, and make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Last thing I'm going to say, make sure you like the stream and subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you subscribed, well, you're going to be entered into the 2K giveaway. So make sure you're subscribed, and then you'll be automatically entered in. So